I'm Tarot Oracle, and this is a reading for AM. AM wrote me a very long email, by the way, and they basically want to know, I think it's a she wants to know that she has a relationship going with someone and that someone has major medical issues that she was not aware of before. So she wants to know if she should get serious with this person since they could have a major medical issue incoming at any possible time. Well, it's supposed to be one of those progressive illnesses that get worse over time. So should she stick around and take care of this person? It's her first relationship. So she's not really sure if she should do that much of a commitment on a first relationship because it sounds pretty serious, like a lot of commitment. All right, so okay, all right. Well, look what we drew: commitment, and it was upside down. So sorry for the laughing. It just struck me as really odd that I'd get that. So the Oracle cards today are the Enchanted Map Oracle, and we're using the Victorian Romantic Tarot. So the Oracle today is commitment upside down. All right, so that's pretty obvious where that goes. So let's see the rest of the reading, shall we? So, well, there's your answer. And let's go through the rest of the reading just for fun. All right, so we have justice. So there definitely is a feeling of balancing, right? You have this sort of an issue with what, I don't know, sort of a Libra feel here. Like what are the benefits of a long-term relationship versus the downsides of a long-term relationship since you've never been in one before and you said this is your first relationship. That's a lot of weight to carry into a relationship. Like, okay, say you're been in a relationship with somebody and you've been married to them like 20 years or 30 years or whatever, and they start to develop these issues and things like that, and you know you're getting up there in age and you're both sort of relying on each other at that point, but here it seems your situation description seems like it's very one-sided. In other words, you're going to be the primary care provider and that person is going to be the primary care receiver in a very short period of time. Although they don't need it now, they said that they're going to need it later, most likely. So it seems that you're very one-sided. It's not like where you both grew old together and you're both taking care of each other later in life and things like that. It seems a little bit unbalanced, which is what you have with the Justice here, sort of that feeling. And as well as you have the Queen of Cups, meaning sort of a disassociation of emotions at this point, right? How much emotion are you willing to put into this based upon it's your first relationship? You haven't really had a lot of experiences with the relationships before, and this is a fairly heavy one to take on. It's sort of like if you go weightlifting, for example. So you go to the gym, it's time to go weightlifting, and you've never weightlifted before, and so you pick up this barbell, and somebody loads it with 5 plates on each side and wants you to do bench press with it. So that's a lot of weight to take on at first. So it seems like one of those things where is a lot to take on initially, too much maybe. So you don't load somebody up on their first trip to the gym with that much weight. The same thing with the first relationship. You don't front load that much responsibility with a relationship. You're not even sure if you like the person yet. I mean, you've only been together. Let's see. You've only been together. I don't know how long. Not very long. All right. So the Queen of Cups is dissociated between of emotion. And it's one of those things where the worry and the emotion are intertwined, and the Queen of Cups turned upside down is a disassociation of that emotion as well. All right, Seven of Wands is sort of this conflict that you're describing in your email. Basically, should I or should I not? There's this huge conflict, and it goes against, I guess, your nature as a nice person. You seem like a nice person in the email. Your nature as a nice person. You want to be nice, and you want to be responsible, and all the things that we're taught when we're growing up. But again, it's so much weight that the Seven of Wands here, you're sort of defending yourself at this point, trying to justify, a decision or whatever. So it seems like you're on a defensive mode as per the Seven of Wands. Now we have the other seven, which is the Seven of Cups, which is sort of just this wave of things going all at once, and you're just sort of riding it for now, trying to see what's happening. And this sort of reflects what you're talking about, where you're just sort of riding it for now. You're seeing where it's going to go, but you do need to make some sort of a long-term determination of what you want out of the relationship at some point, right? At some point in the relationship, you need to decide, is this something I just want to hang out with, or is this something I want to pursue with somebody else, or where do I want to go in the relationship? But it seems like for now, you're just sort of riding the wave, trying to get your bearings, trying to figure out what to do. You did mention that you have other people interested in you as well, which is going to complicate things. It's also going to complicate things. So you definitely have a lot to deal with right now. It's a long letter you wrote me, and thank you for the letter. I appreciate the question. And the last thing we have is the Five of Pentacles, which is sort of the poor people walking, being upside down. Basically means that it's really not going to be something that's going to weigh on you for a long time. I think it's going to work itself out. And that's the interesting part that we have here. We're in 6.5 minutes in. It seems that there's something that's going to work itself out in the long run, and it's not something that you're going to have to ultimately weigh. It's not something that's ultimately going to weigh you down. I think it's going to resolve itself. I think something's going to happen, it seems, with this, that the whole situation is going to resolve itself, and you're not really going to have to be at that pentacle decision to where you're going to have to, you're going to have to, after a certain number of years, you're going to have to start caring for this person or whatever. So I don't think you have a lot to worry about. I think that you do have a lot of weight on your shoulders. However, the Five of Pentacles being upside down seems to me that everything is going to work itself out. As well as this riding the wave seems to be going in the opposite direction. And then we have the Commitment card being upside down. I don't think the relationship is going to be a permanent one. It just doesn't look like this is going to be something that you're going to have to deal with. I think it's going to resolve itself. But definitely the Commitment being upside down, again, sort of points me to, I think the direction you're going to go, and I think everything will work itself out. I don't think this is something that you're going to have to weigh in on for much longer, as per the cards. But that is a really serious, ominous, and huge question. And sure, I'll take those on, but I don't think there's any major decisions you're going to need to make. I think it's going to work itself out on its own. I think everything's going to become very obvious very quickly at a certain point, and everything's going to be all right. So looks like it's going to be all right. Thank you again for the letter. And that was my reading on will this relationship last or not? Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. And in the description, you'll see an email where you can email me, and I will do your tarot reading as well. Just give me an email. Thanks for watching.